Hi Nirmit, hope I'm audible.
Hello, ma'am. Yes, you are clearly audible to me.
Okay, thanks for joining the call today. So, before we begin the interview, can you briefly introduce yourself in about 1 minute? You can focus on your background projects.
Yeah, sure. So, this is Nirmit Chaurasia. I am a third year BTech student from IIT Patna, currently specializing in artificial intelligence and data sciences. Since the inception of my college years, I have specifically focused on competitive programming and DSA, as I enjoy it very much. I have solved over 1,000 questions across various coding platforms like LeetCode, Codeforces, CodeShell, and Coder. I'm currently a Codeforces expert with rating of 1700, and on LeetCode I have solved over 500 questions and have a rating of about 1830. Besides that, I also am very much interested in backend engineering and AI. I have made projects in AI which revolved around RAG. I basically made a interface on which if we upload a YouTube video link, we can ask any questions regarding that particular video, and it will fetch the relevant answers. The project basically used RAG and LangChain. Besides that, I have also a published research paper published IE research paper, which I presented in ComsNet in the starting of this year. It basically revolved around how we can achieve faster domain adaptation in hardware IoT devices and reducing the latency from baseline.
Okay,
And in my free time, I also enjoy making YouTube videos on the coding concepts that I am learning.
okay, that's great to hear. Now let's jump into the coding problem. I'll share the Google Docs link in the chat box. Can you start sharing your screen
Yeah, sure.
and then open that link that I'll be sharing
I
in the
shall
chat?
share my entire screen, right?
Yes, in the screen, right?
Yeah, done.
Okay. Can you see that link? Just go ahead and open it.
Yeah, yeah, I have
See
opened
if
it.
you have edit access. I have also,
I have left access.
yeah, I've pasted the entire problem. Go ahead, just take your time, go through the question, let me know if you have
Okay,
any clarifying questions.
okay.
And then
So the
you can
question
start.
says that given an array of integer nums, return the length of the longest consecutive sequence. The sequence elements do not need to be adjacent in the array. Okay, okay, okay. So by longest consecutive sequence, I mean that we mean that the longest sequence we can have, that all the integers are consecutive, and order of elements does not basically matter. Am I right?
Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
can you repeat again your question? Sorry.
My question is that the final like we are asked to return the length of the longest consecutive sequence. So as I can see from the example test cases, the order of the elements do not matter. Like the question says that do not need to be adjacent. That means that order of the elements do not matter very much.
Yeah, right. You do not need to check the order, but it should be consecutive.
Okay, yeah, got it. So here the first approach that is coming to my mind is maybe I can sort the array, and then I can start a pointer from the from the very first element of the array, and I keep moving that pointer, and wherever I am having num psi, where num psi, like I will basically in this approach try to have that num psi should be equal to num psi minus 1 plus 1. I have sorted the array already. And if anywhere this condition is not meeting, then I will simply break that particular order, and then I will start a new order. So that's what I was planning. And the time complexity here will be big O of n log n. The traversing is taking big O of n, but the sorting is taking big O of n log n. So yeah, do you want me to have a more optimal approach, or is that all right?
So this approach that you said is told that the time complexity will be O and log n, like you'll be sorting it first
Yeah,
and then you'll be seeing if it is the next element is greater than one or not, right?
yeah, I will run a traversing loop and check this. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And what is the time and space complexity you mentioned?
The time complexity will be n log n, and the space complexity will be big of 1, since I'm not using any additional space. I'm only using constant space.
Okay, your approach is fine. I just have one follow-up question.
Hmm.
In this case, we can see that the input test case that we have, it is unique or in example one.
Hmm.
But in example two, you can see zero has come twice.
Hmm.
So in that case, the approach that you said, your first approach, that the
Hmm.
next
Yeah,
number should be greater than one.
yeah.
In that case, how will it handle? Like how will your algorithm handle if there are duplicates in the
Exactly.
input array?
So I will just show a pseudo code of it. I will be running this. I will be traversing through this array after sorting it, and in it. I will also have a while loop. And when nums I is double equal to nums I minus one, I will just continue so that I can handle these cases where it is repeating. The time complexity will still be O of n, since we are traversing each element only once. And if in any case it is not, then I will check this condition, that is if this one numsci is equal to numsci minus 1, I will do answer plus plus. I have declared, I have a answer variable, answer is equal to 0 initially, and I do answer plus plus. And if anywhere this doesn't happen, then in that case I will do something like answer is equal to 1. I'm starting a new sequence from here. And sorry, before that I will also have a maxi variable which will keep count of what is the maximum possible subsequence I had. So it will be something like maxi will be max of maxi comma ans, and then I will put answer is equal to 1 and then start a new sequence, and then at the end I will return maxi. So this is what I was planning.
And what was the time complexity you told for this?
This entire thing is happening in big of n, but before this I'm also sorting it in the start, so that is taking n log n
Okay, so that
currently.
is a
Yeah.
yeah. This approach looks good. The only thing that I'm concerned is the time complexity. It is taking like for sorting, it is taking n log n,
Yeah,
and for traversing O of n.
yeah,
So, can you think of any solution where we can
yeah,
do this in like time complexity of O of n?
yeah. I was coming to that. Approach is coming to my mind. See, basically,
Yeah.
two approaches are coming to my mind. One is that I can sort by using a counting sort algorithm. In that will in through that I can solve in big O of n time and big O of n space. And another thing that I am thinking is that maybe I can use a unordered map, and in that I can have the frequency of everything, and I can do through that also. So that will also take big of n space. So I'm thinking to do with counting sort algorithm. Do you want me to? Are you satisfied with that? Like the time complexity and space complexity I'm mentioning, because that counting sort approach will have big of n time complexity and big of n space complexity.
Yeah, that works for me. Like you said, two approach. For one approach, you said time and space will be O of n.
Yeah.
What was the other approach you
Uh, for
mentioned?
for second approach also, time and space both will be O of n. Like both are essentially the same approaches, but in one I will be using a sort. Okay, yeah. I want a clarification here. The approach which I will be choosing depends a lot on the range of the elements that I will be having in nums. So what is the maximum I can have here? Maximum element that I can have here in this input array?
So, maximum element that you can have in this input array, you can take that the length n can be till 10 to the power 5,
Okay, okay.
and the value in nums of I,
Hmm.
it can be from negative 10 to the power 9,
Okay.
to positive 10 to the power 9.
Okay. Got it.
So these are very large, I understand.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
given these constraints, do you still think you will choose counting sort? And if yes or no, why?
So in that case, I won't be choosing counting sort because for counting sort, I will have to have like the entire range of the elements. So that will go till maximum, and that can go to 10 to the power 9. So that will obviously exceed my space constraints. So now I'm thinking to go with the unordered map approach. Here, I will not need to have the entire range as already as I needed to have in counting sort. So here, what my plan is that I will create an unordered map, and then in this unordered map, I will quickly traverse through my given array, and I will just keep increasing the frequency of wherever I encounter. I will just do MPPI plus plus. By this, I am having a frequency map which gives me the frequency of each of the elements. After that, maybe, after that, I can I need a second, just a second. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So after that, once I have made this frequency map, I will I will traverse through my array once again, that is nums array, and uh, whenever I have a element, like for each element, I will check if like for each element, like my answer is equal to 0, and for each element, I will see if NTP I plus 1, MPP I plus 1 not equal to 0 or like greater than 0, then I can do answer plus plus. I will have a while loop here. While MPP I plus 1.
I think I lost you. I'm not able to. I think I lost you for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Can you
So
like repeat what did you say for last 10-20 seconds?
yeah, so what my plan is, I will first have an ordered map which will have the frequency of each of the elements in my nums array. And after that, I will traverse through my nums array once again. And inside that traversal, I will have a while loop also. I like while MPP, just a second. And to, I will initialize it to, I will have few variables here. Int cur is equal to nums 0, in cur is equal to 0, maxi is equal to 0. So each time I will initialize answer is equal to 0, and just a second, I am yeah, and answer plus plus here. So the basic approach here is that while we are having MPP I plus 1 greater than 0 here, it means that we have an existence of that particular element in the nums array. So I will just keep increasing the answer, and as soon as MPP I plus 1 greater than 0 doesn't hold true, I will just update my maxi with max of answer and maxi. So this is the approach that I'm basically planning to do.
And the time complexity you told for this was?
Pivo of n.
Okay.
Okay, but
But
a
I
place is coming to
think
my mind where it can go in worst case as Pivo of n square. Because if I have a array like this,
exactly. That is what I was about to point out that
hmm,
you are trying to traverse those elements again and again.
yeah,
So in worst case, the time complexity might go to O of n square.
yeah,
And I was looking for a solution where the algorithm should work in O of n.
yeah. So what
So,
I can do to counter that is that when I am like traversing through this, every time MPPI plus 1 is greater than 0 and I'm doing I plus plus, I will also insert that element into my unordered set, I plus 1. This ensures that I am not repeating the same element again and again, and I will have one more condition there. That is sp dot count. st.count I plus 1 and MVP I plus 1. So here what I am basically doing is that I'm also having a unordered set, and here what will happen is, like, if suppose this is the array, I enter this loop, I am at this first element, and I see that its count is okay. Just a minute. Hmm.
Okay, I'll just give you one hint.
Okay.
Like you're focusing more about frequencies, but like, do you actually care whether a number appears once, two times, three times? Or in this case, would you focus or care about whether it exists or not?
Yeah, I only care
So,
about its existence here.
correct. So think on that lines, like what does that point you to? Like you want to see if it exists or not.
Okay.
So do you think can we use, like you are using unordered set here, right? You are using unordered ordered map
Yeah.
and one unordered set.
Yeah.
So think along that lines. If you can change something there which would make this algorithm to off in time complexity rather than, like, your approach was good, the way you are explaining is also good, but somehow somewhere you are not able to reach that optimal code level where the time complexity should come to off n. So think along that lines, what are
Yeah.
you missing?
I will have a sample test case for myself. So think of the solution. So a lot of things are coming into my mind right now. As you mentioned that I can have I should focus on unordered set. So I was thinking to insert each element in the unordered set and then maybe check of their existence. Okay. Okay. So, okay, one thing that is again coming to my mind is that in the very start, I calculate the maximum element of this array, of this nums array, and the minimum element of this nums array, and
Okay.
then I put my I index at minimum, and then like I have already inserted all the elements of the nums. Instead of having a frequency mapping here, I have a set here, and I have inserted all the elements into this set. Just a minute. Yeah. So I have inserted all the elements into this set, and then I am in this unordered set. I am using unordered set here because in that insertion will be big O of 1. If I have used ordered set, so that would cost me big O of log n, and then for n cases it would have cost me n log n. So that's why we are using unordered set here. And once I have this, I will I've also computed the maximum and minimum of of this nums array. After that, I put my index at minimum, and I will have while I less than maximum. And if and I have a answer a variable set to 0, and maximum variable also set to 0. And if I have st dot count I, like if the elements exist in the set, then I will increment answer by 1. Okay, yeah. So while I will have a nested while loop inside this again also, till when I have st dot count I, the like I have the element existing inside the set, I will just keep increasing the answer, and I will keep increasing I plus plus also. And the moment it is not inside, like once I come out of this, I'm sure. Yeah, I also need to ensure that I is less than. equal to max. Yeah. And once I come inside of this while loop, that chain has broken. So now I will update my maximum as maxi is equal to max and maxi, and I will have as answer is equal to 0 now, and then I will have another while loop, and I will have that till when the st dot count doesn't become 1 of I will keep doing I plus plus. So this algorithm is essentially happening in Vigo of n space.
I still think you're going towards the wrong direction. I'll just give you another hint. So let's go to the first example I gave, or I'll give you a test case. You just write it.
Yeah,
100 comma 4
100 comma 4.
comma 200 comma 1
Yes.
comma 3.
Yeah, I realize the issue here that I will traverse the entire thing from 1 to 100, which will increase my time complexity again.
Exactly. So now I'm asking, suppose you end up coming on number 3.
Hmm.
So in that case, would you start counting the consecutive sequence from number 3 or not?
No, no. The code is like from 3. I'm starting to count again 3, 4, and my answer will be there too. But the problem which I see with my code is that after reaching 4, I am going till 100 by one, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This I plus plus thing is the issue. And after reaching 100, I am going 200 like by I plus plus I one by one. So this five, like this array is of size 5, but my algorithm is doing for Vigo of 200. It's running 200, traversing 200 times.
Exactly, which is too much big.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
the number comes to be 10 to the power 9, your algorithm would go to oh, 10 to the power 9, which is not the correct approach.
yeah.
The thing I was saying is like if you encounter 3, then you will not start counting the consecutive sequence from 3. Won't you check like if 2 exist in that array or not?
Yeah, I am doing that here in the algorithm. Like the current algorithm that I have in that when I'm at like here when I'm at 1, I check like by st dot count I am checking if this one is existing or not. The one exists, then I'm doing answer plus plus I plus plus. Then I reach 2 and 2 doesn't exist. St dot count 2 gives me 0. So that's why I come out of this while loop. I update my answer as 1, and I do answer is equal to 0, and then I run another while loop till st dot count doesn't become 1, till I reach an element which exists in my array. I keep moving ahead. So I reach 2, that doesn't exist. So I do I plus plus again. Then I reach 3. And from 3 again, we start here. We get 3, 4. Then our answer becomes 2. That too is fine. But I realize the issue is that after 4, I am doing this while not st dot count I plus plus. I am going for from 4 to 100 by one step.
Which is wrong, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So how will you know if you get 4? How will you know that there's any other element
Hmm.
before 4 or not?
One thing is coming to my mind is that maybe I can use iterators here, but I again realize that that is also not right, because see, if I use iterators, so the problem would become that in for iterators I would need ordered set, and in ordered set I would each insertion would cost log n, and for n elements it will become n log n. So again my entire solution would essentially become big of n log n, which I don't want. Okay, one more thing is coming to my mind, like I'm just speaking out my thoughts here. One more thing is coming to my mind here, that what if I have inserted everything here, then I start traversing this array. I start from 100. I check if 101 exists or not. It doesn't. So I break it here and I update answer as 1. Then I go for 4. I check if 5 exists or not. So it doesn't. Then again I break and I update my answer. Then for 200 same. Then 1 same. Then for 3 I check if 4 exists or not. It does. So I move to 4 and I check if 5 exists or not. And then my answer becomes 2. But this algorithm would become problematic for these cases, I think. where I check one, then I check if two exists or not, then I check if three exists. Okay, okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay, okay. So one thing that I just thought that I can bypass is I will have a maxi, I will have another MX also. This MX will keep track of the largest element I have traversed yet. So here, when I traversed one, I check if two exist or not. Then I check if three exists or not. Then I check if four exists or not. Then I check if five exists or not. And once I'm completed with this array, I have my answer as 5. Then I go to 2 and I see that my MX is 5. I have already traversed till 5. So I will not traverse 2. I will straight away move to 3. Then I will straight away move to 4. Then I will straight away move to 5. So in this case, I am achieving that big O of n time complexity, I think. Are you satisfied with this approach?
Yeah, that is okay. Can you like quickly code it through
Yeah,
and
yeah, sure. There will be a
code it in
minor.
a way so that it works in a any online compiler?
Sorry?
Code it in a way so that it can completely work in a online
Okay,
compiler.
okay.
You can remove, you can leave the earlier code that you wrote. Just start from down,
I will be using
and
this code only. I will just make some minor changes. So,
you can leave it there. You can just copy it and bring it down. Yeah.
okay. So I will have an unordered set as I'm sorry. I will have unordered set as I initially mentioned, and then I will push all the elements into this unordered set.
Can
Then,
you please go a bit slow? Not
yeah,
able to
sorry.
see the way.
I have this unordered set initially, as I mentioned previously, and in this unordered set, I will push all the elements of that nums. Then I will begin traversing through this array, but for that I need few variables. So one variable I will first of all have is that will keep track of the maximum subsequence I have till now and the current subsequence I have till now. Then I will have a mx variable which keep track of the maximum element I have encountered till now. Okay. Then I will loop in. I will traverse through this array and then I will check int k will be equal to the current element nums 0 and I will have that okay just a second yeah okay so while okay I need to have one more thing I need to calculate the maximum element here so I will for that I will just do one thing. So here I am keeping the track of the maximum element and I will change this to answer simply yeah so while k is less than my maximum element and st dot count dot count k I will do cur plus plus and yeah I will do cur plus plus and I will do k plus plus and when I come out of this I will have as answer will be equal to max of answer comma cur and then I will do cur is equal to 0. Now here comes the twist that I will also keep track of this mx element. So my mx will be become my mx will be equal to max of mx comma k and at each step in k is equal to num 0 like I'm having here if my k is less than mx then I will not look into it further. Okay, okay, yeah. So this is the plan. I'm just thinking of few edge cases. suppose I have something like 5, 2, 1, 3, 4. So here I go to k is equal to nums 0 and my mx is 0. My k is less than mx. I see that my k is just a second. Yeah, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. So when I come in 1, I will not see it, which is not right. Which is not right. So instead of that, I can go to I will just continue. If I complete 4 and 5, check 5, I check 6. Okay. Okay. Okay, no, this approach won't also work, I realize, because here, if I am traversing, when I go from 5, like the problem here is I have updated my mx to be 5 here. So when I come at 1 or 2, I will not even check those and move ahead. So no, I need to think of some changes. I just need to think of how to tackle it.
You can take 5 minutes more as like we have 10, 15 minutes left.
Okay, sure.
We can keep the last 5 minutes for normal discussion.
Okay, sure. Just give me some minutes.
You can still like go back and think about the hint that I gave, that
Yeah,
if you remember the hint that I gave you.
yeah, you mentioned that we are not here concerned about the frequency, but more of concerned about the existence of that element. And for that reason, I am using unordered set here instead of unordered list.
That is correct. That you got correct. There was another hint I gave you, that whenever we are coming across any element, we are checking if the element before that exists or not. So I wanted you to think along that lines, but you are doing the reverse. Like if you
Okay,
see five,
okay.
you are trying to find if six is there or not. But what I
Yeah,
am saying is, if you see five, first you check if four is there or not, and
yeah,
you go and go.
yeah, yeah, yes. So I come at this element, k is equal to num 0, and till the previous element exists, if k minus st dot count k minus 1 exists, so I will just move to the previous element k minus minus, and I will by this I will reach the like most like if I start from 5, I will keep checking and I will reach till 1 here, and from that most previous occurrence I will find my answer. If curve is equal to 0, st dot count k is there, I will keep doing curve plus plus. So it is the earliest instance and I did it from here, but I need to optimize it so I don't need the repetitive things again and again. So I do the earliest instance and then from there. Okay, yeah. Okay. Maybe I can have just simply another unordered set visited here, and by that I will be keeping track of the elements I have already visited, and why not st dot count k cur plus plus and st dot insert k, and at last I will update as answer will be equal to max of answer comma cur. Yeah, and in each step, if I have already if st dot if the element already exists, if st if sorry not st here I am uh, keeping track of my visited set. So visited, if visited dot count k, if this already I have already visited it, I will not check it. I will just move ahead. Yeah. So yeah, this is the approach I'm thinking now. I don't need MX here. I don't even need Max here. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and at the end I will return answer.
Okay, so if you copy this complete code and paste it in an online C++ editor, do
Yes.
you think it will work?
Yeah, it will work. I just would have to fix these things because automatically it's becoming capital. So those are
Okay, I don't think so it will work because you have not given any starting function. You have
oh
just started with the,
yeah.
so make sure you remember that from next time.
Yeah. Actually, like whenever we code on code courses or anywhere, so we already have that. So that's why I was just thinking in the compiler we already have that. So we were saying in that.
But I hope you would have been given instructions from the HR or the Google Prep meeting that you should have practiced how to write code
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a.
I know that. I will just add that quickly.
I was expecting you to do that from the start.
So I apologize for that. Wait, wait. You also want me to take the input?
Like you can, how will you run this code in an editor? You can write like that. You can have a hard coded input as well. That
Okay.
also works for you. Choosing
Okay,
that.
so I will be taking two forms of input. I will be taking the int, that will be the size of this array, and then I will be taking the array as input, if that works.
Sorry, what was the second thing you said?
I need to take the input now. So I will
Yeah.
be taking like here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements. So I will be taking this as input. The first user enters 6, and then he enters the elements of the array. Is that okay?
Yeah, that is fine for me.
Okay, so I will just
I think in C++ you need the length of the array first, right?
yeah. I will then quickly take the input. Taken the input, and then I will just post this. I'm just fixing the formatting.
Can you quickly wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm just fixing the formatting so that the code
Yeah.
looks clean and works there.
We
And
just have around 1 minute left for this section.
then I will just simply see out. So should do you want me to run it in the compiler?
Yeah, you can quickly run it and show me for any one of the test cases if it is working fine or not. You could have run in that GDB only, which you had opened.
Yeah, it was actually lagging a bit on my end, so that's why.
Okay,
I'm just putting the test case here.
you can take the test case from that Word document.
Okay. Oh, okay. There's some like copying issue here. The brackets got copied for me, like from doc to here.
You can fix it.
Yeah, it's sorted. Now I will just take the input. Uh, you want is this input fine for you?
Yeah, works for me.
There's some minor issues. The second might still not working. Just a second.
Yeah. So it is giving TLE now. No issues. It's fine. Let's jump on to the next part. It's completely okay. We have already gone over the time for this cooling down. Now we have 15 minutes left. I think 10 minutes left for the year round. So you can close this up and let's focus on
Actually,
the
I just figured out there was just a very simple issue. I was not doing K plus plus here. It will work now. It's giving the output.
great, great, great that you fix it up. Okay, great job. Good job. Now you can stop your screen sharing, or yeah, you can be here. Don't stop screen sharing.
Sorry.
I'll ask you. You can be on the screen, or you can go to the Word document if you want.
Okay.
Keep your screen in the share mode. I'll ask you a few of the AI questions. So, as you know, AI tools have become part of modern software engineering. So, my first question is like, which AI coding tools have you used, and how do you use them during any kind of development that you do?
I've pretty much used like most of the coding AI tools. I've used all the LLM agents out there. I've used Gemini. I've used ChatGPT. I've used Claude Code, and yeah. So how do I use them? So like whatever like to be honest, what approach I follow is initially when I had been learning prompt engineering, I got to know that we have to tell the AI that whatever specific task we are doing, suppose if I want to fix a particular line of code, I would have to tell it that you are a senior software engineer having 15 years of experience, and I would have to tell it about my project and the issue I'm facing, and then I would have to get it resolved. But sometimes to make it a bit faster, what I also do is that I have a loose prompt that this is my problem, and I give it to some AI tool, maybe ChatGPT, and I ask it to write a prompt for me after explaining it the language in a way, my entire problem vaguely, and the prompt that it gives me. I cross check that prompt if it matches my requirement and the AI is not hallucinating anywhere, and that then I give that particular prompt to any other AI, maybe Claude Code, and I get that fixed. And after the changes that it has made, I verify it that if the change is compatible or not, if it is what I wanted or not, and then I integrate that change because sometimes AI might hallucinate also.
Okay, okay, I get your point. In while answering this question, you said like you tell AI what role to follow, right? Like what it should act like,
Yeah, yeah.
behave like. So, do you think giving that context improves the quality of the output that the AI or LLM give, or is there something more important than just assigning a role?
Uh, yeah, I think like a lot of things are more important than assigning the role. Like if I'm able to explain my project and my problem appropriately to the AI or not. But assigning that role also is a very important part, I feel, because I've been using those tools extensively, and I see that when I assign it a role, it because AI gets the context that how it needs to think, how it needs to perform, because it's all as we know, each LLM is like a black box behind it, and it has millions and billions of tokens. It is trained on millions and billions of data. So if I assign it a role, it knows that on which lines it needs to think, which particular person it needs to think. And yeah, I get better results if I assign the role.
Okay, okay, I got your context. My next question is, suppose you got a coding problem that is kind of hard, or like difficulty level is hard,
Yeah.
and you asked Claude Code to write an algorithm for this, for
Sorry.
that code. You asked Claude Code to write an algorithm for that problem,
Yeah.
and Claude Code would write an algorithm, like gives you the algorithm, and it passes all your sample test cases.
Yeah.
Then, but how would you know that it is actually correct? Like, what would your approach be?
I'm just confirming. Your question is that if I'm doing a hard question and I ask Claude Code to code it, so like I missed that part. What were you saying about the test cases?
Like the algorithm that it gave, Claude Code gave,
Yeah.
through that algorithm, when you execute it, you can, like, it is working for your sample test cases,
Okay.
two or three sample test cases.
Yeah.
But how would you know that the algorithm that is generated by an AI,
Okay.
is it actually correct or
Yeah.
not? Or would you go with the assumption that it passed sample test case, so it should
Okay.
be correct only?
Since I have been doing competitive programming since a long time, I have basically faced this problem many times. And the approach which there are two approaches we can have from here. One approach is that I first of all understand the entire code myself, and then I think of the probable edge cases. I test it on those edge cases and see if it is working on these edge cases or not, and then I go with that code. The second approach is which is many a times used by top level competitive programmers. And if we have time, what we can do is that we can have a brute force solution of that code, which is taking whatever time complexity. We are having a brute force solution, but it is guaranteed that that brute force solution is giving us the right result. So I run that brute force solution on 50 random test cases, 50 or 100 random test cases, and I run my code that the AI gave also on 100 random on those particular test cases, 100 test cases, and I match the answers. If it is matching on those 100 200 test cases, then I go with forward with that. So these are the two approaches which I can follow from here.
Okay, I think I missed one of the part. Like you said, you will be running over on 50 test cases. So
50
will you
randomly,
be
I will generate 50 random test cases and I will run the brute force solution and the optimal solution that AI gave both on those test cases.
How will you generate those 50 random test cases?
Uh, there are many ways, like I can maybe ask a different AI at the same time to generate 50 or 100 random test cases for me, or I can also write a code in C++ to generate random test cases on that particular question.
Okay. Now my last question is, since we have only 2 minutes left,
Yeah.
my last question is, suppose you use Claude Code to
Hmm.
generate 300 lines of code, like you are developing any product or any of your project in
Hmm.
C++,
Yeah.
and you give the context to Claude Code and it generates 300 lines of code.
Yeah.
So would you blindly like go ahead and use those 300 lines of code, or how will you think, or how will you verify if the code is correct or not, or if there is
Yeah.
any issue in the code?
No, definitely, I would not directly use that code. If I'm working in a production grade environment, it's definitely not right to push that code directly. After those 300 lines of code, I would have to verify it first in my own system. If after running it, it's giving me my desired result or not. And I also need to cross check that code if for any bugs and inconsistencies. And after that, if it's working fine and if it's not having any bugs or inconsistencies, I can push that code into the system, the like the production environment where I'm working.
Okay, okay, I got your approach. So yeah, that's all from my side. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask it, or otherwise we can wrap the
Yeah, I
interview.
have a couple of questions. I first wanted to ask the feedback, like how was the interview according to you?
So actually, like in Google, we are not allowed to share feedbacks. But
Okay.
I'll just give you a random points for yourself to improve.
Yeah.
So your communication skills were top notch. It was really great. The way you were thinking out loud. Only one point where I felt you were lagging was while you were doing the optimal solution. There were two, three times that I tried to give you that hint, but what you were doing is you were trying to like keep on changing your approach solution. You were keep on trying the new solutions, whereas I wanted you to think about what hint I was giving and which direction I wanted you to go.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than sticking on one solution and thinking how you can make it better,
Mm-hmm.
you keep on implementing many solutions, which is good. But if you do it, you will get lost and you won't come at the solution on the right time. Like
Yeah.
coding the optimal solution took you 5 to 10 minutes more.
Hmm.
So that thing you can work on.
Okay.
Rest all was good from my end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
Anything else?
yeah,
Yeah.
what can I expect from this role?
Okay, so like in the intern role, you will be basically shadowing like engineers who are working in the Google team. The team wouldn't have been decided for you. Like as you cross interviews, as you come to the last part of interviews, we'll see which team to put you in. But you will be basically working on the projects that is going inside Google. If I can give you a
Okay.
very high level picture of this.
Thank you so much. I got it. Can I stop the screen
Great.
sharing?
Yeah, yeah. Can stop the screen sharing. That's it from my side.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.